Hello Capricorn, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the first half of December. General reading, as always guys, it won't resonate with every single person, so please do take from it whatever makes sense for you and release the rest. If you are interested in your own personal private reading at this time, that information is down below in the description box, and of course I'll include a link to all of the decks that you see here today, Capricorn. So I don't have any particular questions in mind. I am simply going to allow the cards to communicate whatever needs to come through here today for you. These are the 3 decks that we'll be using for the focus messages. The first is by Sister Moon Tarot. It's a deck called The Energies of Your Connection. And this one here is The Waiting Game by Angelic Revelation 144. And lastly, we'll go ahead and grab a message from my self-created Love and Life Oracle deck. All right, so let's begin, Capricorn, and of course cross watchers and anyone else who's been guided to tune into this reading are certainly welcome. So let's begin. Let's take a look and see what it is that you need to know at this time for your situation. Okay, so let's grab your first message. Balancing act. So perhaps at this time there's a need to find or restore balance in your life. And this doesn't necessarily just have to apply to your love life either. You know, whatever part of your life is feeling a little bit off kilter, you know, it can apply to that. But we are focusing on your love life and relationships here, so perhaps there is a need to create balance in that area. Okay, Capricorn, let's go ahead and grab your second focus message here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn. For this bonus reading, what is your second message? Let's grab this one here. We have passion. Okay, now combined with the balancing act message, maybe there is a need to balance things out in your relationship, or again, things are a little bit off kilter because the passion might be lacking. And depending on where you're at on your journey with your person, if you guys are just not seeing eye to eye, if you feel like you're drifting apart, the passion has kind of fizzled between the two of you. So we'll take a look and see if this can be restored and revived in your relationship. Because I do feel at one point in time, it could have certainly been a very passionate relationship. In and out of the bedroom, you know? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a message from my Love and Life Oracle deck. This particular deck, it does contain 2 messages, a love message and a life perspective message. So it takes a look at how a relationship develops and changes as time, you know, as time goes on, whether things get better or things kind of tend to fall apart. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you, Capricorn. Okay, so the love message. I love the way you make me feel. The life message. You make me feel like life is worth living again. Those are some really nice messages here, and hopefully we can find the balance between the two if things have been a little bit challenging for you and your person. But I do love that first message. I love the way you make me feel. Okay. And certainly next to passion, those intimate moments that you guys have shared and just how they make you feel inside in your heart and vice versa. You could both be affecting each other in that way. So I feel in the very beginning of your relationship, Capricorn, between you and this person, things were really good, and more than likely you're watching this reading because things are being challenged at this time, or you guys have gone into separation. So let's go ahead and add to this with messages from the Real Deal Oracle. This is another deck by Angelic Revelation 144. Okay, for Capricorn, first message already. They are a karmic twin. So there are lessons that need to be learned typically when you are connecting with someone in that way and they're coming through as a karmic twin. Now this is very interesting because now you've got they are your twin flame. So there are karmic imbalances maybe, or karmic lessons, as I've mentioned, that have to be learned when it comes to this relationship. I kind of feel there are challenging parts to it, but there are also some pretty amazing, beautiful parts to it. What else, please, for Capricorn for this bonus reading? For whoever needs it right now. This darn card keeps popping up. They are cunning. So we might have a couple of scenarios coming through here, but you know, if you are dealing with somebody who you feel you can't trust, they're cunning, they're deceptive, that could be why they're coming through as both a karmic twin and a twin flame. So maybe there are trust issues here, and that's what brought you guys out of balance in the relationship. They are too immature for you currently. So this person needs to definitely mature and grow. And no wonder there are lessons that need to be learned here. What else for Capricorn, please? They are too emotional. Okay, so maybe someone's too emotionally vested here and the other person isn't, which could also be contributing to an imbalance in the partnership. And if you resonate with any of these messages for yourself, Capricorn, then you'll know what it's referring to, what it's talking about. If you are, for example, the more immature counterpart in this relationship, and maybe you know that, you know, but take it for how it makes sense as always. Let's grab one more here. One more message for Capricorn for this bonus reading here. This card as well keeps popping up for a lot of the signs. A perfect life partner with effort. So what I'm getting here for the collective is that the person that you are either thinking about, or this is their interpretation of you in the relationship, that there are good and not so good parts of the connection, that somebody has the capability of being someone's perfect match here, but either they have to work on themselves, they need to be honest and upfront in the relationship, they can't allow their emotions to kind of cloud their judgment of making good decisions in their life, in their partnership, or somebody has to just have the time and space needed to grow, to learn, to mature. And for some of you guys, there could also be a bit of an age gap here, which is why that might be coming through in that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this, Capricorn, with some additional guidance from the Pining Rose Love Oracle by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn, what else do we need to know when it comes to your bonus reading? For whoever needs it at this time, angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know here? Yeah, more than likely they are your ex. This is the next card. We have commitment. Look at this next card coming up, guys. We have reunion. So they might be your ex for now, but they could have also been really bad at commitment before, or they weren't ready to commit. But they want to come back. They want this reunion. And twin flames who do go into separation are often pulled towards each other still. You feel drawn to one another still. And yes, they could ultimately turn into a perfect life partner for you, but not without the effort as stated here. They're going to have to put in work in order to be a better person, in order to learn whatever it is that they need to learn, their life lessons, in order to come towards you as a better partner. And of course, this could all be reversed, and it could be you that they're waiting for to learn lessons, to grow, to mature. You are my light. If someone is coming through as a twin flame, I occasionally feel that this flame could certainly represent the light that can be revived in the partnership. It could also represent clarity, just being able to see the light. It can represent hope. It can represent just the light that you bring into a person's life by uplifting them and contributing to the quality of their life. And I feel your love could have certainly done that, Capricorn. We have torture. I feel, and it's interesting how it's falling right below they are too immature for you currently. This person, maybe they torture themselves, you know, it's that type of mentality where they're so caught up in what went wrong or regrets that they might have over their actions or inactions in the relationship. And this could also be self-imposed thinking, you know, thinking it's very similar to the Eight of Swords in tarot. Imprisonment, isolation. This could be where your person is at. I'm feeling it more so for the divine masculine energy. And it is just energy. It can be a man or a woman. I'm feeling it more so for definitely a divine masculine instead of the feminine energy here, who's being tortured by the fact that you guys more than likely are not interacting. You're not together. Maybe they were very immature back then. Or again, we could have an age gap here, and there just needs to be more time for this person to understand the role they played and why things turned out the way it did. We do have forgiven, so I feel eventually there will be closure here for either yourself or your person. Whoever needs to come forward with an apology will be forgiven for their actions. And then we've got insomnia. So this is very similar to the Nine of Swords, actually. Somebody who is losing sleep, somebody who can't seem to relax their mind, their heart. They could be very anxious, very depressed. They could be having nightmares, night terrors, and they just can't sleep. They can't shut off that mind of theirs. It's a never-ending hamster wheel of thoughts, and it's very difficult to just be able to relax and just get a good night's sleep and rest. More than likely thinking about you. What can they do to fix this? We have I will never forget. And we've got a sun there that's in the shape of a heart. The sun's energy, of course, in tarot, it's very positive. It's very happy. It can bring two people back together. Unions, marriages are possible. And then we've got the commitment card right here. We have the reunion card right next to it. So I kind of feel, Capricorn, that even though things might be super challenging right now between the two of you, eventually you've got this reach out card right here. You'll hear from this person, or I'm also feeling that there could be somebody out there waiting to hear from you. Could go either way, really. So let's add some tarot messages to this, Capricorn. This is my new deck. It's called the Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle, and I named it that, and it does say tarot with a twist because there's a lot going on with this deck. So it does contain your original 78 tarot cards that you would find in any tarot deck, but I've also added new court cards as well as additional oracle messages in here. So there's a lot that could come through to give us an indication of what's happening with your situation, Capricorn. So let's go ahead and see. And if you're interested in this deck, guys, I forgot to mention that deck shop link is down below, and of course all the other creators and decks that you see here. Okay, so let's grab some messages. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Capricorn. And just like my tarot teacher deck, guys, for beginners, this has the same concept. So it has upright and reversed meanings. So we've got the Baron of Earth, which is a new court card here. So this is specifically a divine masculine who could either be a Capricorn. Okay, this is a Capricorn reading, Taurus, or Virgo. So if you're a feminine watching for a Capricorn masculine, this could be picking up off of their energies here. The Baron of Earth is somebody who tends to be a little bit frugal. They might be a bit of a penny pincher. They kind of play it safe. They work very hard for their money, but they also tend to be a little bit cheap. But this person, this masculine, is somebody who's confident. They are a very warm, loving person. They have a strong sense of duty to either their job or family or their relationship. Okay, in a marriage, they could be very caring. As a parent, they could certainly be very protective. So if you're focused on a masculine here, and if they seem to be playing it safe, or that they just were not able to commit before, perhaps they have had a change of heart, and through work that they do on themselves, they'll be able to come forward as a caring husband, a protective father, and somebody that could certainly be able to provide a really good home and just be able to provide for the family. But, you know, the only downfall there is that they tend to be overly frugal, tend to be a little bit cheap with how they spend their money. You know, they tend to save for a rainy day, which is great. But when it comes to just opening up that wallet and being a little bit more generous, they tend to struggle a little bit with that. So if that happens to be your person, perhaps that's why it's coming through here. So we've got the Five of Wands as well. So Wands is fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. There is some sort of competition here, some sort of rivalry that might have interfered in this partnership that created a lot of conflicts and tension and arguments between the two of you. So yeah, this could have represented infidelities or a third-party situation, and somebody ended up getting really mad, losing their temper here. So maybe the last time you guys interacted, you had an argument and went your separate ways, and whoever started the argument realizes maybe they did wrong, which is why they want to come forward with an apology, and then hopefully you'll be open to forgiveness. And that could be reversed as well, as I've mentioned. We've got the Four of Pentacles, which is more earth energy here. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, once again, this is a card of scarcity, somebody who saves money. It is another card of frugality. So when it comes to this Baron of Earth, this is very similar to that vibe of they tend to be stingy. They could even be a hoarder, just overly frugal. They could also be very greedy, very controlling. They tend to hold on to people, their possessions, and their issues, very deep-seated past issues that they could have also have been dealing with that could contribute to how they interact in their relationships, whether romantic in nature or not. So it's interesting how we have two cards tapped into somebody who's frugal, overly so. They save money, yes, but they also can be very cheap, putting it plainly, you know? So if some of you guys resonate with that person's personality and traits are coming through here. With the Seven of Cups, this is another interesting combination because the Seven of Cups is somebody who's got choices and maybe too many options in love and romance, which is why we have competition here. Maybe they were entertaining other options, multiple possibilities in love and romance. It's, you know, like having sent someone with a sweet tooth into a candy shop and they're just trying different types of candy and to see which one they like best. And maybe Capricorn, you know, that's how they made you feel, as if you were just an option. The Seven of Cups could also be wishful thinking, illusions, fantasizing. Now, since Capricorn, you are the earth sign here, you as well could be picking up off of the Baron of Earth and the Four of Pentacles if you tend to be a hoarder or just very greedy with your money. So take that only if it applies, of course. If that's not you, then it's somebody else, because that's a very specific part of this person's personality. We have the High Priestess, So, especially my feminines, you are being guided to listen to your inner voice, pay attention to what your heart is telling you, your intuition, especially when it comes to your masculine here, because the High Priestess represents the divine truth as well as the divine feminine. It's also a card of waiting and inaction. So it does appear that you will have a really good chance at a reunion, but it might not happen right away. And that's because your person or yourself, somebody needs to mature and come forward as a better version, more seasoned version of themselves. This is interesting. Now we've got the Duke of Earth coming through here. So both of these cards are divine masculine energy. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So again, Capricorn, this could be your vibe coming through here. It's typically divine masculine energy. But again, it is just energy. So if you are a woman and you feel that you resonate with that divine masculine energy, then absolutely take from these messages what makes sense for you personally. The Duke of Earth is somebody who is very sociable. They are a good listener. Now, the interesting thing about the Duke of Earth is that they are very successful. They have established their career. They could be an entrepreneur. So financially, this person could be really well off. But in combination with the Baron of Earth and the Four of Pentacles, they again could be very frugal with their money. This person is very attractive though, very handsome, enjoys nature, could represent a very loving husband. So Baron of Earth as well as the Duke of Earth, very caring, loving spouse, you know. And I kind of feel for the masculines that in a committed partnership, in a marriage, that they would be really good as a provider. But the only downside to that is they're just overly frugal. You know, bit of a penny pincher there. But as far as the relationship itself, that part would be good. It's just money matters might be a bit of an issue here. We've got the Hierophant coming through. This is Taurus specifically. So Capricorn, maybe your person is a fellow earth sign, which is why we've got so many earth energies coming through here. So if this is not you, if it's not resonating with you, then it could be your person. So the Hierophant is Taurus. Tradition, ethics, wisdom. It is another card of commitment. What's right there? So this person wants to be able to share a life with you. You know, going back to this life message, you make me feel like life is worth living again. And without you, maybe it's just been a little bit more challenging than they were expecting it to be. The Hierophant's energy could also be letting you know that there's a spiritual lesson. There is a lesson for sure that needs to be learned here for some of you. And this does, however, represent two people who are ultimately meant to be together. Taking that leap of faith, it's blind faith, you know, just trusting in your heart that what's meant for you will come for you. And if you see yourself long term by way of marriage, having a family someday, building a life with this person, the Hierophant is here to support that. We do have the Justice card coming through also, which is Libra specifically. The Justice card is all about the truth. Okay, the High Priestess, remember, divine truth. So there's this need to be honest and open and truthful with each other. And I feel this person's immaturity, you know, they could have fallen short in that area. But the Justice card is here to bring you both clarity, to help balance those scales, okay, which is right here. That was the very first message, and the Justice card is doing exactly that, helping to bring you guys back into balance. And the Justice card is all about karmic justice as well when it comes to your karmic twin. So I feel that kind of brings things full circle as far as you guys being able to work this out. It's going to take time to balance those scales and for somebody to mature into the type of partner who will be ready to commit. But I feel once they get there, this is somebody that will be a very good life partner for you. And as it says here, a perfect life partner with effort. Okay, so they have the potential, but they have to put in the work to be your perfect life partner. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this, Capricorn, with some messages from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know for Capricorn for this bonus reading for the first half of December? We have joy. That's so beautiful. Okay, this says, it really was love at first sight the moment I saw you. From that first glance that I knew was meant for only me, the brush of your hand against mine, your heartwarming smile and everything about you that brings me joy beyond measure. Thank you for choosing me for life. Okay, so I kind of feel that's the direction that you guys are headed, towards commitment, towards a life together. Look at this next card. Love dance. There's no one else on this planet I'd want to go through this dance of life with. You are my other half, my best friend, my lover, my +1, my person, my soulmate. Let's dance this dance together for the rest of our days, you see? They want to be with you for life. Wow. We do have the past, saying goodbye to the past, and the fact that some of you guys are not together. That's why that reunion card is there. So this card says, this was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, to leave the past behind, to move on. The past is where you and I were, where the good memories live, where my dreams of us fell apart. Our time together is over, and I need to find the strength to just say it. Goodbye. This is the past. You guys have already said goodbye. But what's coming through here, Capricorn, is a reunion and the opportunity to start again. What else, please, for Capricorn? Love it. Kismet. Destiny. You and I were two lost souls destined to meet in this lifetime. It doesn't matter how many wrong turns or choices we've made before we came into each other's lives. All that matters is that in the end, we got it right. We found each other. And you'll find each other again, Capricorn. For those who are not together right now, you will find each other again. And the bottom of the deck, look at this. The best. I never expected us to be the best of friends so quickly, almost as if we've known each other before. And just when I started to get used to you being my best friend, you became my best love. I have a feeling the best is yet to come. Wow. And I just happened to glance at the next card. Look at this. We have vows. Okay. Promises are made all the time. There's so much power behind the words we speak when we make promises, and it sometimes makes a person wonder why they often get broken. Let's not break ours. Okay, so I have a feeling here with this reunion, Capricorn, once this person comes forward to apologize, to let you know that they've done the work on themselves, they're much more mature, they understand why things fell apart in the relationship, the past is in the past, can't go back in time and change it. But I have a feeling here, when they return with this reunion, this is somebody who means business. They are going to be able to commit to you for life, long term. And if you're ready for that, if you're open to that, the best is yet to come. Okay? So let's wrap things up here with a deck called Lyricism. This is by Bridget from Divine Essentials. Very similar in concept to my Heart Songs deck, where I've put together some popular songs and excerpts from those songs. So let's see what lyrics pop up here for you and your person, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides for this bonus reading. All right, what are the lyrics? Wrapping things up. I can't help falling in love with you. Yep, they love you. I feel they've always loved you. It's just that you guys ended up hitting a bit of a rough patch in your relationship. Love me like you do. Love, love, love me like you do. What I get from that is you're the only one that could ever love this person the right way, the way they want to be loved. I love the way you make me feel. You make me feel like life is worth living again. More than words could say. So they have to prove it through their actions and how they love you and how they want to be committed to you in the partnership. So I kind of feel, yes, they're going to have to step it up and really prove themselves to you, Capricorn. Or they are expecting you to be the one that steps up. Okay? So it could go either way, really. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You see? They want you for life. This is not somebody who's just going to come back temporarily. They want to be a part of your life permanently. And bottom of the deck. Have I told you lately that I love you? And if they haven't, maybe you really needed to know that here, Capricorn. You are loved. They have fallen in love with you. They want to return. They want this reunion. And in time, possibly during this month, there could be a reunion for some of you guys. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I do hope whatever part of this reading made sense for you, that it offered you some guidance you could use at this time. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below in the description box. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. See you next time.